Welcome to FEMME FLEX Friday. I'm Lenda Murray, along with my co-host, Alina Popa. And guess what? We have 2 times Miss Olympia figure and 4 times won the Miss International Arnold's show. 3 times.
3 times.
The bomb. Latorya Watts. Welcome.
Thank you.
Latorya.
Thank you so much, ladies. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, outstanding. Now, you know what? Totally amazed at the fact that I learned that you were not an athlete and you started this venture, this journey at the age of 29.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was not an athlete before. Had the structure, of course. Didn't play any sports, any of that athletic. I just wasn't, my passion wasn't there before the age of 29. And even at the time of competing, it still wasn't there. I was approached by Steve Carr, a promoter in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And that saw me at a gym. I was at a gym with my boyfriend at the time, just following him around because he liked working out.
Right.
He came up to me and said, you ever thought about competing? You have the structure? And I was like, no. And he told me about the division bikini that was coming about. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll do something there. It looks like it's not that much work.
Okay.
So
you say it looks like it's not that much work.
It looks like it's not that much work.
Okay.
So
But you were working out.
I didn't know my way around a gym until 2010.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So like I said, I would go into the gym and do the aerobics classes and stuff like that. So I was in the gym. I knew about the gym. I even worked at Gold's Gym. But me knowing how to get around the gym wasn't until 2010.
For the women out there to hear this, because they make so many assumptions. You know, when they see you on stage, they just think, oh, you know, she's been working out all her life and she just, but they need to hear this.
Yes. I think it's pretty cool. Before, I used to kind of be ashamed because I know that a lot of athletes come from athletic backgrounds or, come from families that have bodybuild and competed. So I used to be ashamed to even tell people, no, I wasn't an athlete.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
okay. Makes sense. I get it.
But I think it's a cool story. I think, like you said, there's a lot of people thinking, I can't do that. She's been doing that forever. But when they hear that I did it at a later age, picked it up later in life.
I know.
I think they pick it up.
I know, and what's amazing is when we say later age, like today, this show is all about women and empowering women. And like today, like age 29, like you're young. And so why do we like to kind of put ourselves in a box? When I saw your age, I had no clue, didn't know your age, but we tell our age, right? We have to, just with all this social media and you being Miss Olympia, I was just impressed when I saw your age, and I was just like, and not impressed because I'm way past that. I know that women at the age of 40, like we're amazing. Like your life's just really, truly beginning, and that's when you just have everything you need, the wisdom, you've got everything.
I feel that.
So, yeah.
So let me just go back a little quick, right?
Okay.
Because you said like somebody saw you, was like, hey, you can do a show, and they suggested what? Bikini.
Like I said, the division just started.
Yeah.
So I won.
Okay.
I thought I did something. So then I wanted to go back in 2010, because I only did that one show, then I did a show again, the same show. Because remember I was telling you there wasn't a lot of shows in Las Vegas.
Yeah, back in 10 years
Back
ago,
then.
there was not as many shows.
So I went back to that same show in 2010 and didn't place.
You didn't place still bikini?
Still bikini.
Oh, so what happened?
I think my body just grew out of that. I feel like back then in 2010 when I went to Las Vegas Classic, my body was more wellness.
Okay.
Right.
I had
amazing.
I had bigger quads then, but
bikini competitors, like how much do they weigh? Like your height, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
You're 5'6", and so like when I see you guys and when you're all dieted down, like I'm on stage and I'm like a fan now.
What's your weight on stage?
So what's your weight?
My weight on stage usually around 136, 138.
Okay.
And
wow.
in off season?
Off season, I could probably get up to about 160.
Okay.
Wow.
155,
See, that's
160.
beautiful. That's a beautiful
It is,
thing,
yeah.
right?
So when did you switch to figure competing?
I switched to figure in 2011.
2011.
2011,
Okay.
yes.
So was it a local show still at that
It
point?
was the California show. So
Okay.
as I was telling you, my coach saw me in 2010 when I didn't place. He said, let's try to get you down. Let me work with you. There's a show in California in March, muscle contest.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I went and I did it, didn't place. I was like, all right, what do you suggest? What do you suggest? I think you should do figure. Let's just, let's really get in the gym. Let's really hit it hard. Let's see what you can do in a couple months and then do the California show in May.
Okay.
And so I did that and I placed fourth.
So you
Yeah.
were like like fresh into the new class. You came, you won everything. That was your class. You turned pro. And then did you compete as a pro the same year? Did you make your pro debut?
Yep, I ran to Tampa 2 weeks later.
Okay.
Made my pro debut and got fourth there.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's really amazing. And it's very hard at the Tampa Pro to place. You said you placed fourth? Fourth. That's amazing.
But I mean,
I felt
it
like
doesn't surprise me that the following year, when you qualified for your first Olympia, you got fifth, right? Because you already knew you're so good, right? So how did it make you feel? Obviously, you won some pro shows, but then you got to your first Olympia ever and got fifth.
I was amazed just getting in that call out and being surrounded and standing next to these
Can you
women.
imagine
Yes.
competing at the Olympia for the first time and you get the first call out?
right.
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was like, okay, at that point, it was like, okay, I'm doing something right. But me going into my first Olympia, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But it was just the experience that was wonderful. So that's what meant the most.
Yeah.
And then what happened the following years?
And then the following
From
year, 2015, I went over and I did.
Then you went and you won it in 15. You won it in
did.
16 too.
Yeah, I
right?
did the New York Pro and won that.
Oh, okay.
And that's
Yeah.
how I got the qualification.
Another huge show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Big
went,
one.
Went there and won the Olympia in 2015.
That's
which was a
awesome.
huge shock as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. I
figure
mean, it's quite a jump
Yeah.
from fifth to first to place fifth in your first Olympia
Yeah.
ever, and then from fifth next year to first. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
But then you started having some medical issues along the way, right?
Yeah, had a really great, successful year in 2015, 2016, and then started having issues towards 2017 with fibroids, uterine fibroids.
Okay.
yeah.
Which I've had the uterine fibroids, as I was telling you before, in 2008.
Okay.
But then I had a procedure that just kind of shrunk them down. Didn't get rid of them, but shrunk them down. So I had the issue for a while. But
How
2017.
does it manifest? Is it a lot of pain?
Not for me.
Okay.
I did a lot of women that go through it. They probably do experience pain.
Okay.
I experience more of the pressure and heavy, bleeding at times.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in 2017, I was like, I can push through, but things happen to where it's like, nope, you're not.
Okay.
Issues it was a blessing that issues happened for me to sit my butt down.
Okay.
So then I had to back out of the 2018 Olympia. It was more mental than anything. It was like, what would happen if I step on stage in 2018?
Okay.
Would I just bleed out of nowhere? That could last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month.
I
It could
understand.
happen whenever. So it was just more mental.
Okay.
That was not pushing me to know that I could bring my best.
Okay.
So I said it was best for me to sit out. And of course, at that time, it was the hardest thing.
And then knowing, because this is a business. It's not, it's not just you competing and trying to get a, trophy. You are the champion, and now the promoters, we want you to be there.
Right.
Because you're selling tickets.
Right.
So for you to have enough courage to say, okay, and listen to your coach, listen to yourself, and make that decision, and not step on stage. That's huge.
Yeah.
I know the pressure that the champion, a person with name recognition like yours, the pressure that you have, and so you have that,
Okay.
And I had a myomectomy that removed 23 fibroids.
Wow.
23. Wow.
Wow.
So I had that surgery. It put me down for about 3 months.
Okay.
Because I was smart. I'm sure I could have been up trying to get to the gym,
Right.
But I wanted to be smart. I said I didn't took time off from a big show. I'm going to do it right, have my surgery heal properly, and take my time. I just went on doing things according to how I felt.
Yeah.
You know.
What was the reaction from, the public, your fans, the followers to you pulling out?
It was so positive.
They were supportive.
It was very supportive. It was more of me feeling like I was disappointing my fans.
Okay.
Disappointing people that were there to watch me to hopefully, take back my title.
Sure.
But it was very positive. A lot of women came out and were like, I'm having the same issues.
Okay.
Can you help me? Can you tell me what to do? What's your suggestions? What's your advice?
That's great. Lenda is a lot. She's a lot about once you're a champion, you're the image of the sport and the responsibility you feel about it, right?
Absolutely.
So
huge
I think that it's great, that you actually were transparent about your issue, right? You could really help them in that position as well.
It was your everyday women and your competitors that were having the same issues as far as I was going to step out of a show too, and I will now.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I love about our show is that it's about women and that we get an opportunity to talk about what we go through as women athletes. I mean, for a woman to be as lean as you have to be in figure, and then you're going through what every month, we have a menstrual cycle. Every month we have to take our bodies. So we watch our bodies change as we're 15% body fat down to whatever. Right. And so I'm sure you saw things and just experienced something. So it's great for us to talk about this. Right. Because there's so many women out there that we're going through things and then it's like we're not supposed to talk about it. I know menopause. Hey guys, it's real. Like I know, I'm not trying to. I talk about that, and I feel like it's a shame when we can't share.
I know it's like it's taboo.
It's taboo. Yeah. Like it's something wrong. Like if I was having a hot flash, I'm like, don't talk about that.
Exactly.
So how long after the surgery, you said you had it in December 2018, how long did it take you to start training again and feel healed and ready to go for it?
Well, I got clearance in March.
Okay.
So after that, he said, take your time, do what you can, focus on how you feel, be smart about everything. So I slowly got back into the gym, end of March, April. May, started feeling really good and decided, I think I want to do the Olympia because 2019 Olympia wasn't there. I was putting myself first, not the Olympia.
So you didn't start the year saying I'm gonna I'm gonna go train. So how was the 2019 Olympia experience for you?
It was amazing.
With the 2019 Olympia?
Oh my gosh, it was just different. It was different. It was no pressure. I was just going out there knowing I brought my best physique. So it was the best prep and the best experience and my best look.
Obviously preparing, right, for the 2020.
Yes,
so what are your goals? What do you want to bring this year?
I want to bring a similar physique if I can't make it better.
Okay.
I would love to.
What would you make better if you bring that physique?
What would I want to do? I could probably come in even tighter. Especially my core, I feel like. That was my thing, because I was thinking that maybe it still was some inflammation there, from the surgery, not being completely healed. It takes about 6 months to a year to completely heal there. So my focus would be just the conditioning and really bringing in my waist a little bit more. But everything else, I feel like the fullness, the roundness, conditioning, the symmetry, I loved it. I love the process. I'm going to do exactly what I did before, which was, I hired a conditioning coach.
Okay.
And I really worked on that because that was something that was lacking previous years that I wanted to add on.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, after everything happened with me, I said, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to train how I want to train and bring what I want to bring.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do again. But, down the line, just to have fun, give myself another challenge, another goal.
I think that's the part that's really great about it is because you took that break, and then sometimes we can get stuck. Like I know I won the Olympia, I get 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and you get confused. You're kind of like on this roller coaster ride, but it's nice because really when I lost the Olympia, it was great because the woman that when I retired for 5 years and I came back, the woman you see in 2002 and 2003 is very different from the woman you see in 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94.
Yeah.
I was just much more at peace. I was mature. I was much wiser. I knew how it felt to lose. And when that happens, then you've got that thing, that arsenal that,
Right. That's what I was saying. When I went back, it was no pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure. Even preparing for the show just was no pressure. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Do what you want to do. I love it. I love it. What's your thoughts?
Well, as of now, I'm actually an MPC judge now. I've been an
Excellent.
MPC judge for
Wow.
Nevada for a couple of years now.
Wow.
And competing. So I love it. I get to see, it's funny, the very first time I judged, I said, oh, okay, I could see why I probably lost that show. But yeah, I would love to continue to do that. I mean, maybe be an MC, maybe be a promoter, have my own show. Those are all the things I would love to experience and, you know, take advantage of being in this sport and having the title that I have, and the accomplishments.
And I really love to hear that because when I meet a competitor, often my thing is I didn't even realize like I was stuck in being a competitor. Like, you know, when I won the Olympia, then that changed my title but I was still a competitor. And there was a lot about the industry and the business that I really didn't even understand. I was naive, even as being Miss Olympia, you know. And then when I really grew, when I became a promoter. Because I had no clue as to what it was, all of the responsibility.
Yeah.
And it was much harder. It's much harder being a promoter than it was, you know, me competing for the Olympia.
Wow.
Because the work, all I had to do was be concerned with myself. That was it. But when you're the promoter of a show, you have such a large responsibility, and then you have to come to a place where you realize you can't please everyone. So it was great because I come from a place as a competitor, knowing what we want and what we need, but at the same time, it's a business, and so there's some things you have to let go of, and I can't please everybody. And so, like, even sometimes be honest about when an athlete walks up, and you have to be honest about why they didn't place or what happened, you know. So sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's really hard.
It can be. I didn't know where I was at with it, but I said, you know what, let me try. I wanted to try.
That's
so
great.
when they do come and ask for feedback, it's easy for me to be honest.
Yes.
Because I would want that for myself
Absolutely.
as an athlete.
Good.
So I know what they need.
Yeah.
I really love your story. To me, it is a story about courage, you know, and I really admire that, and I love it. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Absolutely, Alina. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I think that for sure, we want to thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
2 times Miss Olympia figure.
8 times.
Yeah.